Friends, 445 days of war. Yesterday was quite an eventful day for both the armies. The deep interdiction missions from both the sides as part of war attrition were carried out to a different level. Ukrainian missiles shot down two Mi-8 helicopters and one each Su-34 and Su-35 over Bryansk airspace. Ukrainian military used long-range missiles which were also used against Russians in Luhansk. It was either AIM-120 medium-range air missiles or UK-supplied Storm Shadow long-range missiles. Unconfirmed sources say they were launched by Eurofighter Typhoon fighter aircraft well within Ukrainian airspace, which could be more than 150 to 200 kilometers from the event or the target. Ukrainian forces also launched close to 30 missiles in Donetsk city. Russian forces little later started deep interdiction and used missiles, bombers as well as drones to hit Ukrainian targets deep inside in Kharkov, Kiev, Ternopil, Khmelnytsky, Ivano-Frankivsk, and caused a heavy damage to various oil and arms depot inside the Ukrainian territory. Before I come on the ground, I must say that the Russian air supremacy or air superiority seems to be days of past, and at present still they have favorable air situations, but not as much as it used to be. What that mean? That means their freedom to work over Ukrainian airspace and even within their own territory and close proximity with the Ukrainian ground territory is difficult now. On ground, nothing special either in north or south. Ukrainian forces continue shelling Belgorod, Bryansk. In Crimea, counter and positional battle are on. In south, the defensive preparation and counter battery operation continues. Coming to Bakhmut, mother of all battles at this moment. Severe battle inside the city. The counter attacks on flanks by Russian forces seems to have stabilized to some extent. In southwest, they manage some incremental gains, while in north and northeast towards Barkhoviskoye reservoir and within Soledar tactical region, they not much of gain, where the Russian forces tries to counterattack but without any gains. They try to regain their lost territory but failed. Russian military claims that Ukrainians lost close to 2,500 personnel in their counter-attacks near to Barkhoviskoye reservoir and within Soledar tactical region. If that be so, the sacrifices are too heavy. Within the city, Russian forces and PMC wagoners moved further west after having breached the last defense line of Ukrainian forces, and they are very close to almost on the western outskirts of Bakhmut. As far as Avdiivka, Marinka is concerned, heavy battles are on, but no territorial gains or losses. This is the general scenario. In the meantime, as per the information, the US had been secretly supplying Ukraine with ADM-16M LAD cruise missiles, and that clarifies that US and NATO have been supplying more than what has been specified. Naturally elated by the supply of these kind of weapons, Zelensky had proposed to strike Russian territory and bomb pipeline what the Russians had been using to supply gas to Hungary, as per Washington report. Germany has announced that it will provide Ukraine with the largest military aid package since the start of war, worth 2.7 billion euro, and Zelensky is supposed to be in Germany today to receive award, namely of Charlemagne. This is given to those persons who have worked in service of European unification since 1950s. In the meantime, Israeli-Palestinian conflict may see some break, and there were huge protests in Chisinau with "Down with Maria Sandu" chanting. The global conflict, especially in Europe, seems to be rising to a new level, and that brings an end to my talk today. Thank you, friends.